This old man had once planted an apple tree in his garden, and he was very protective of this apple tree. He used to drive away any birds sitting on this tree in order to protect the flowers. And in due time, he was rewarded with an abundance of apples on the apple trees. Now, we've discussed this before, that flowers over time convert into fruits. So fruits are nothing but converted flower. See, this is an apple flower which gets slowly converted into an apple fruit. So reproduction is brought about by pollination, followed by fertilization. In this lecture, we are going to focus more about pollination. The female reproductive part of a plant is known as carpel, and the male reproductive part of a plant is known as the stamen. Now, the head of the stamen is known as anther, and the head of the carpel is known as the stigma. Now, these anthers contain a lot of spherical pollen grains. So what happens is the anthers burst open and throws the pollen grains onto the stigma of the female reproductive part. And this process brings about pollination. Now notice that the transfer of pollen grains are occurring from the anther to the stigma of the same plant. See? The transfer is taking place from the anther to the stigma of the same plant, and hence this type of pollination is known as self-pollination. We can compare this to this case. Imagine that this old couple runs a small business in their home. The old man weaves the cloth, and the old woman stitches designs on them. Now, how do you think the old man would transfer or transport the clothes to the woman? Well, there are two possibilities. Either he would hand transfer it, or he could also throw it to the woman. Similarly, in flowers where both the male and the female parts are close together, then the transfer takes place internally, and this process is known as self-pollination. Now, what do you think? Will self-pollination occur in this flower? Yes, definitely, because the anther and the stigma, both of them are present. So the transfer of pollen grains can take place from the anther to the stigma over here. So yes, self-pollination is possible. And this type of self-pollination is known as autogamy, where auto means self and gamy means marriage. Now this is a China rose flower. Now notice these flowers also have both the male as well as the female reproductive parts. So self-pollination is possible. Now notice that these anthers are situated much below the stigma. See, the anthers are over here. But the stigma is over here. So, the anther is situated much below the stigma. So, the transfer of pollen grains from the anthers to the stigma is not possible. So, autogamy is not possible, and this type of self-pollination is known as geitonogamy, where gaetono means neighbor and gamy means marriage. So what does geitonogamy mean? Well, see, since internal pollination cannot take place, so what happens is, the pollen grains that are present in the anther of this flower is transferred to the stigma of the neighboring flower present in the same plant. So since fertilization takes place between two neighboring flowers of the same plant, it is known as geitonogamy. So self-pollination can be of two types, autogamy and geitonogamy. In autogamy, the pollination takes place internally, that is the transfer of pollen grains to the stigma of the same flower, and in geitonogamy, transfer of pollen grains to the stigma of the neighboring flower. Now the old man was very excited by the success of his apple tree. So he planted some papaya trees, and just like he took a lot of care of his apple trees, he took a lot of care of his papaya trees. He used to drive away any birds sitting on the papaya tree. But he was highly disappointed to see that most of the flowers did not convert to form papaya fruits. See, most of the flowers here did not convert into papaya fruit. So, what was amiss? What happened? Well, this is a papaya plant. Both of these are papaya plants. This is a male papaya plant which has male papaya flowers like these, and these are female papaya flowers. Since these flowers are unisexual, that is, they have only one reproductive part, either the male reproductive part or the female reproductive part, that is why self-pollination is not possible in these flowers. So what kind of pollination takes place over here? Let us see. When birds and insects take nectar from a male plant, pollen grains get attached to their bodies. Now, when the same bird or insect sits on a female plant, the pollen grains that have stuck into their body falls off. So the transfer of pollen grains from one flower to another takes place. This type of pollination is known as cross-pollination, because anther from one flower is getting transferred to the stigma of another flower in different plants. And this transportation is being made possible by these flies. While sitting in a male flower, while taking nectar out of it, the pollen grains that are present in these male flowers get stuck onto the body of these insects. And when these insects sit on a female flower, they spread onto the female reproductive parts, thus bringing about cross-pollination. Now imagine this situation. The business run by the old couple has been expanded. Now they have different specialized units. There is one factory where all the workers are weaving clothes, and then there is another factory where all the women are stitching designs on the clothes. So these factories are situated at a distance from each other. So they need a transporter to transport the clothes from the first factory to the second factory. Similarly, in cross-pollination, a transporter like a bird or an insect is required to make the transfer of pollen grains from the male flower to the stigma of the female flower. Now we know why there were no papayas that grew on this tree. Because papaya is an unisexual plant. That is, it either has the male reproductive parts or the female reproductive parts. So self-pollination is not at all possible. So they have to depend on cross-pollination, which is in turn dependent on transporters like birds or insects. But this man had driven away all the transporters. So pollination could not take place, and hence the papaya flowers did not convert to papaya fruits.